Hi everyone. A couple of weeks ago I took a look at a USB bulb from CDRKing, and then like a week later they released a better one, and it's the same price. This is, or near enough same price. This was I think 49 peso, and it's 5 watts. Well, they say it's 5 watts. So let's have a look inside this one. The nice thing about this is it includes a long USB lead. The other one just had a USB port that plugged straight in, but this has a nice long cable. The color and design is, yeah, kind of plasticky and kind of ugly, but it works really well. So I'm actually like so in love with these bulbs at the moment, because for emergency lights they're so good. So how does it work? Well, you can plug it into a USB wall adapter or your laptop or computer, or you can just plug it into a portable power bank like this. So if I just plug this in, you see the light comes on, and I don't know how bright this will look on camera, but it's really bright, especially when there's a brownout or something like that. This thing is incredibly bright, but it's not 5 watts. Let's hook it up to my watt meter and I'll show you. Now before I test this, let me tell you a problem with these bulbs, and I bought a few of these now and they all have the same issue. Something here in the cable, when you go like this, it makes it flicker, and that determines, you know, how much power it has. So I don't know what's happened, but they all seem to have the same problem. When you wiggle the lead, they flicker and it adjusts the power. Now I took this back to CDRKing and the technician was like, "Oh, it works, what's wrong?" I was like, well, every time we touch the cable, it varies whether it's consuming like 1 watt or 3 watts, which is a big brightness difference. Anyway, so let me show you. So I'll zoom in on the display. So you can see right now, it's consuming, say, 2.4 watts. And then if I wiggle it, we're now 1.9 watts. Wiggle it again. And you can normally get it up to around 3.5 is the highest that I've managed to get. So I really don't understand. And for anyone who thinks maybe it's my power meter, I'll put it directly into the power bank and you'll see the same issue. So you can see that. Now watch it flicker, you see? It's something to do with these cables. I'm not sure what the problem is, but all of the USB bulbs like this that I bought have the same issue. So here's another one. Let's test this one. I'll plug this into my watt meter. Okay, and we'll zoom in on this. So you can see right now it's at around 2.85. See if we can get this to go up. It went up to 3 watts. See, we're at 3 watts now. I can get this one normally up to around 3.5, 3.8, something like that. So we're at 3 at the moment. So yeah, it does have a problem with the cable. And I know you're probably thinking, well, why are you so in love with them if they've all got this cable problem? Well, the thing is, they do have the cable problem, but for 49 peso, they're so bright and so useful. You know, even if they only go to say 2 watts or 3.5 watts, which is nowhere near the 5 watt standard or thing printed on the box, by the way, that's just complete lie. But even if they only go that high, they're so bright. The one I reviewed before was like 1 watt, so this is really much better. So I've got the bulb hanging down there. Now this doesn't really do the bulb justice, because it's actually really bright. If you put this in the middle of, you know, a standard bedroom, this will pretty much light it up where you can see everything. It's not going to be as bright as the original bedroom light. For instance, let's say you've got a 10 watt LED bulb or a 15 watt CFL, but it's really quite bright. So as an emergency light, these things are fantastic. So although these aren't really 5 watts and they've got the problem with the lead, I still think they're a good purchase. And at the end of the day, even if you decide that you don't want to use it like this, you can actually just pop this off the PCB with the LEDs and resistors on, and the USB lead is just soldered directly. There's no heatsink or anything like that, but you can use these for projects because, you know, you've got a nice USB lead, you've got the PCB with all the LEDs. For 49 peso, this is pretty useful for making your own projects. For instance, if you want to make your own emergency light that's going to turn on automatically, or a PIR light or something like that, this is quite a good purchase. So for me, there's a lot of, you know, opportunities here, and I'm quite happy with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. Thanks for watching.